Hello there, good evening and welcome to the broadcast. You are just on time for EBN Prime Edition. We are coming to you live from Kenya's capital, Nairobi. And guess who's in town? King Charles III and Queen Camilla landed this morning as they start a 4-day visit of the Republic of Kenya. So we've got that and much more lined up for you, but here are the day's top stories. Queen Camilla and King Charles III received at State House by President William Ruto and First Lady Rachel Ruto as they kick off their 4-day state visit. 3 members of parliament from the North Rift counties questioned over their alleged involvement with banditry attacks in the region. KCPE, KEPSEA students sit for science and Kiswahili papers on day 2 of national exams. Right, apologies for that glitch. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Cynthia Nanjala. Let's get started on the latest making headlines. Now, King Charles III from Britain landed on Tuesday in Kenya, and the arrival comes ahead of a 4-day state visit to Kenya, which officially begins on Tuesday. The visit is aimed at celebrating the warm relationship between the two countries and the strong dynamic partnership they continue to forge between the two states. Dennis Toromo reports.
Britain's tarnished colonial past took center stage on Kenya on Tuesday as King Charles began a 4-day state visit, poised to acknowledge painful aspects of the country's long-shared history as local leaders pressed demand for their reparations.
Which will be followed by a laying of wreaths at the tomb of the unknown warrior. The laying of wreaths shall be preceded by the last toasts, 1 minute of silence, and the last volley. Now the unveiling of the commemorative plaque.
The king was accompanied by Queen Camilla and was welcomed to Presidential Palace by 21-gun salute and a guard of honor, and accompanied by President William Ruto, where they planted trees in the palace ground. The royal couple then laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown warriors in Uhuru Gardens, where Kenya was declared independent in December 1963. The visit is aimed at celebrating the warm relationship between the forge of the two countries and the strong dynamic partnership they continue to share. The King and the Queen will visit Nairobi City County, Mombasa County, and the surrounding areas. Their program will also reflect on how Kenya and the United Kingdom are working together to boost their mutual prosperity, tackling climate change, promote youth opportunity and employment, advance sustainable development, and create a more sustainable and secure region. Many citizens of the former British colonies, including leaders of Kenya's Nandi people, want King Charles to go further by directly apologizing and endorsing reparation for colonial-era abuses, including torture, killings, and widespread exploration of land, much of which remains in the British hands.
Rutiana sasa na family wa King Charles na government of British ndio watambue, ndio wale waliua kwa Italesomoe, ndio sasa the family of Italesomoe can benefit from the scholarship, from the employment, and our national government can be able to talk to British government. Let us help Italesomoe children to get free scholarship, to get employment in UK.
Should have a discussion around that particular issue so that if the colonialists who actually killed Mzee took the skull, they should be able to release the skull and bring it back so that these people can be rest assured and the family can be rest assured that the Mzee has rested.
We have forgotten the people who had the longest resistance, who are documented as having fought the British with crude weapons, with skill, without the use of guns, and they were able to actually resist for that long.
The United Kingdom government had previously expressed their regrets for those abuses and agreed a £20 million settlement in 2013. Toromo Dennis, EBN TV, Prime Edition.
Senate Speaker Amason Kingi has formally read out impeachment allegations against Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza. The Speaker on Tuesday read the charges filed against the governor and the evidence adduced by the Meru County Assembly in support of the impeachment motion against her. The governor was impeached last Wednesday after 59 MCAs of the 69 ward representatives voted in favor of the motion. The Assembly submitted a copy of the notice of motion for the proposed removal from the office of governor, the orders of papers for the County Assembly sittings, certified Hansard reports of the proceedings, and copies of the certified signatures of the MCAs in support of the impeachment motion.
From office of the Governor of Meru County and pursuant to Standing Order 82 to report to the Senate within 10 days of its appointment, and whether or not it finds the particulars of the allegations against the governor to have been substantiated. While moving this motion, I'm cognizant of the fact that an impeachment process is a process that will determine the future of an individual.
Whether we should make available both choices for the House, and in fact, in the wisdom of the chair, you rule that this is a choice for this House, that both of those choices must be put before the members, let the debate ensue, and people convince each other as to why one is better than the other. Mr. Speaker, I also have the benefit of having been a member in the last impeachment process of Governor Kawira. That committee was very ably led by my colleague from Kakamega, Senator Khalwale. Mr. Speaker, I have come to be convinced that in fact the committee way is the best way when it comes to impeachment of governor, and I'll give the reasons as to my position.
And I cannot state a single reason. They say no process is better, but the committee is better. Mr. Speaker, barely 1 year since Governor of Meru, Governor Kawira Mwangaza, appeared before the Senate on an impeachment motion, she is back again. And Mr. Speaker, the day that it was ruled in the County Assembly of Meru that the governor had been impeached, headlines were flowing. The conversation was national. And Mr. Speaker, such a matter that has elicited such interest, such national interest, it is proper as a House that we make the decision to have the plenary process, because it is more transparent, it is more inclusive. Kenyans want to know what is happening in Meru.
Principal Secretary for Education Belio Kipsang has instructed security organs to take action to whoever was culpable of death of 5 students of Arap Moi Primary School who drowned just a day before the examinations. Belio, who visited the school in Uasin Gishu and also the Hill School Primary in the afternoon, said there was negligence of teachers who accompanied the students, saying that the investigation is underway to find out what might have killed those pupils. Uasin Gishu County Commissioner Edison Nyale said they have contained the situation and investigations are underway as 3 persons have already been arrested. Belio, however, said the exam started well as challenged areas of Samburu were solved, or challenges in Samburu were solved on time, and exams were lifted despite the challenging weather.
From what I have seen today, I think we've been quite successful. I've been engaging with my regional directors across the country. I know there was quite some rain in Marsabit, and we did mobilize adequate helicopters. I know in the morning there was also fairly some mist, which could have delayed a few things, but all has gone on well in Marsabit. In Isiolo, we have done fairly well in those particular counties where we were worried that we would be compromised by the amount of rains that is there already. Across the country, I can say it has gone well. The whole leadership of this country has participated in this exercise and this. At the regional and the county level, we've been led by our regional commissioners and our county commissioners, coordinating the deputy county commissioners, our county directors of education, our regional directors, both of education and teacher management. They have all been out there making sure that our children are given the best of care as they sit for the examination. This morning, I also had an opportunity of visiting Arap Moi Primary School in Ainapkoi, which, as we are all aware, were affected by an accident where we lost 5 children. The one kid who was in grade 6 and who was taken to ICU was discharged yesterday and was available in school today to do the examinations. As mentioned also in the morning, we did guide all our officials that all children who are expected to do the examination must be allowed to do the exam. And generally on Saturday, my colleague, the PS for Interior and National Administration, also gave us the assurance that they are properly deployed and that our children, and we have seen it today, would be able to sit for the examination.
With regard to that, what we've come up with is that in addition to the arrest that we made, we are coming with a plan of having a security assessment of the entire facility so that we can advise and where appropriately or where complied on or complied upon, then will be reopened. Otherwise, so far so good, and I'm happy that we managed to handle the situation amicably, and the students are relaxed, happy doing the exam.
Now, 3 North Rift politicians were questioned at the Rift Valley Regional DCI headquarters in Nakuru City over their alleged involvement in the recent spate of violence witnessed in Baringo and Samburu counties. The trio, Tiati Member of Parliament William Kamket, Sigor MP Peter Lochakapong, and West Pokot County Senator Julius Murgor over alleged political rallies and utterances they have made about the state of security in Baringo County and the rest of operations zone in the north. The 3 are reported to have denied incitement claims leveled against them and any involvement in the ambush laid on a GSU camp and a primary school in Kapindasum area in Baringo County.
Lakini kwa ukweli hii ni fitina ambayo inaendelezwa na majirani wetu, ambayo tumejua kwamba pia hata hawajakuja kurekodi statement, na sisi tulikuwa tunasema tu ile ambayo wananchi wanatuuliza.
Tumekuja kuwa surprise na maneno hapa ya videos ati sijui tuliongea tukiwa wapi. Nimewaeleza hawa maafisa kwamba mimi ni bishop wa amani. Ile tunasema tu ni kwamba hii maneno ya boundaries ambayo tunasema kila wakati imefika wa kuaddress maneno ya boundaries. Kwa mfano, kama mbunge wa Tiati, tuko na shida kwa boundary yetu na Turkana East.
Na nimekuja hapa leo kuandikisha taarifa ama habari juu ya yale ambayo yanaonekana nilikosea kwa upande wa security, kwa vile hawa watu wa CID waliona. Lakini ukweli ni kwamba kilio cha Wapokot wawe katika Kapenguria constituency, West Pokot, na wawe katika upande wa Tiati imekuwa kilio.
Over 25,000 distraught Njiru residents ordered to vacate the vast property following a suit by politician Gerishon Kirima's family have returned to court seeking a review of the judgment. They're expected to have moved out by December 31st of 2023. In the fresh pleading filed by 3 lawyers led by Duncan Okach, the squatters now claim that the Kirima family withheld crucial information as to who is the true owner of the disputed 1,000 acres land parcel in Eastlands. The squatters are seeking orders to permit administrators of a former Italian settler Domenico De Masi, who's deceased, to be enjoined in the fresh application seeking a review of the judgment. The squatters are also urging the court to suspend execution of the judgment of Justice Samson Okongo issued on October 23rd, requiring all the illegal occupants in the Kirima land to quit by December 31st, 2023, failure to which earth movers will demolish their houses.
I'm here with Member of Parliament for Kasarani constituency. I'm also here with a battery of advocates. I'm here with Advocate Duncan Okach. I'm here with Advocate Wandaru. I'm here with Advocate Madenge. So today we've come to file an application, and we've come in matter concerning the purported Kirima land. And we've come here to prove to the court that this said parcel of land does not belong to the Kirima's family, but belongs to one Domenico De Masi, and the person who is in charge as we speak is called Bernardo De Masi. And as we've come here now, we've come to file an application and to get stay orders so that our constituents can be safe.
We have come here upon instructions of our clients and in support of Mheshimiwa Babu and Karauri. Our client is the estate of Domenico, in being represented by one Bernardo Di Masi, and the take is that
huku ilikuwa kiwanja. Ulikuwa ukisimama hapa unaona mpaka kule Njiru. Huku tumeishi mpaka na mafisi tukianza. Hawa wananchi wote wenye unaona wako nyuma yangu ndio wamefanya hii area inakaa namna hii. Na mnaweza sema maybe hawa watu wako na pesa. Hizi nyumba zimejengwa na malon. Kuna watu wamechukua maloni kwa hizi manyumba wamejenga hizi nyumba. Kuna watu wamepoteza kazi siku za COVID wako hapa. Kuna watu wamefariki, wazee wamekufa, wameacha wajane hapa na watoto.
Mimi si mzazi, mamangu, babangu alituacha. Tulikuja huku 2016. Babangu alituacha mamangu na watoto, tuko watoto 12. Mimi ndio firstborn na mimi peke yangu ndo nimemaliza university. The rest bado hajamaliza. So whatever the government will decide, ama Kenya itaamua, wasituumize sana. Hata kama ni kulipa watupatie muda tulipe polepole, na pia hiyo market price wanasema watuangalie sisi tuko na pesa tumejenga hapa, ni mama wetu zimesurround but hakuna kitu. So government ituangalie kwanza, sisi wenye wazazi wametuacha tuko hapo peke yetu. Sasa unashanga tukitoka hapa tutaenda wapi?
Now, still on the corridors of courts, Pastor Ezekiel Odero of New Life Prayer Center and Church has been released by a Shanzu Magistrates Court after the prosecution said investigations against him had been concluded and the case file closed. Chief Magistrate Joe Amido discharged the preacher from the case, which had been instituted by the police through the Directorate of Public Prosecutions DPP in an application seeking his detention pending investigations. Prosecutor Anthony Musyoka told the court that the ODPP was of the opinion that the case against Odero should be closed at this stage as investigations had been completed. The state had linked the televangelist to Kilifi sect leader Paul Mackenzie, alleging that some people who died in Pastor Odero's church were buried on land in Shakahola owned by the suspected cult leader.
By the respondent counsel, the court has never been appraised of the position of investigations, if any, since 2nd May 2023, when the ruling on the substantive application for detention orders was made. As to the absence of the prosecution counsel handling this matter, I wonder what happened to the energy and gusto that the state had at the onset when a battery of up to 4 counsel prosecuted the application. Be it as it may, I will take it that Mr. Musyoka's application for adjournment today is meant to pave way for a response to be made on the application that has already been made or has already been urged for and on behalf of the respondent by Mr. Ombeta for closure of this file. So then, albeit reluctantly,
police officers in Kakamega town have apprehended 7 suspects, including young men and women from various universities, after catching them engaging in the shooting of a pornography content at Muyala near Lurambi. Speaking on the phone, Kakamega County Police Commander Joseph Kigen confirmed this incident and explained that the 7 students were found in possession of adult videos, mobile phones and other items they use in their business. This incident has angered residents of Muyala who have criticized the students especially for their inappropriate dressing. Efforts to obtain a statement from the owner of those houses regarding the duration of the business in the buildings was unsuccessful, as the caretaker too refused to reveal the names, claiming not to be part of it.
Mimi naweza ambia wanafunzi wa must kama wamekaa kusoma au wasome tu. Huwezi survive na vitu mbili at one time. Hao wasichana huwa hawavai vizuri, huwa wanavaa tule tu miniskirt. Tukupewa watu matama hivi. Sasa unajua wenye magorofa hao wametarget pesa. Juu ndio maana wamege vitu hapo ya biashara. So waangalie wawezi kuchunga kama uko na below over 18 au kufuatilia. Bora one rent au wana shida. But wangechukua hiyo jukumu waweke sheria zao hapo, hiyo ingekuwa afadhali, hivi tusingekuwa. Especially ukipata mademu wanakaa kama 3 4 kwa nyumba moja, niyo biashara tu, hakuna biashara nyingine wanafanya hapo. Wanajirecord uchi, then wanatuma hizo video sijui nini majuu, so wanatumwa pesa. Mmoja ni biashara wanafanya pia, wana record zinakuja kama movie za porno, then wanatuma majuu hivi.
Zambia tu madem kitu amefanya ni kitu mbaya, na wanaonyesha picha tena kwa watoto wadogo. Mzazi anajua umeenda shule kusoma, then anasikia umefanya kitu fulani. Nimesikia kitu imehappen, story na porno kujiuza. Ni incident mbaya sana. So mimi kama dem naweza sema inafaa to change. Mademu naongelea mostly upita hapa kwa kibanda yangu. Na ni customers wangu siwezi kataa. So hiyo job wanafanya hadi mimi venye nilisikia nilishtuka.
Na vitu zenye wanashughulika nazo ni vitu ambazo zisifurahishi sisi kama wakaaji wa hapa Muyala hapa. Kwa sababu kuna watoto, shule ziko hapa, kuna primary hapa karibu na hii gorofa. Kuna watoto wadogo pia hapa. So vitu kama hizi kifanyika kwa watoto wadogo kama hawa watoto wadogo wenye wanagoroa hawa, ni itakuwa picha gani? Hawa watu wa manyumba wamejenga manyumba. Wasichana wanakuja kuishi kwa nyumba kama wasichana 5, wasichana 6, wasichana 10. Hiyo ni picha mbaya, kwa sababu watu kama landlords ndio inafaa waangalie kitu kama hii. Paka wanajionyesha, hata mavazi wanavaa mavazi zenyewe hazieleweki. Kitu ambacho hakifurahishi wananchi hapa hata kidogo. Sisi ni wanaume, unapata wanawake unapata wasichana wanafanya vitu zenye hazieleweki, wasichana wanaoana wenyewe kwa wenyewe. Hii ni picha mbaya. Kitu ambacho watu tafurahia sisi kama wakazi wa hapa Muyala hapa. Hatufurahi kwa sababu wanaume kwani wanaume waliumbiwa kina nani? Wanawake waliumbiwa kina nani? Wanawake sasa wakioana wanawake kwa wanawake. Hii ni kitu ambacho ifurahisha hata kidogo.
Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu has reassured parents that the ministry has no intentions of raising school fees for secondary schools. This comes in response to reports suggesting a proposal to raise school fees for Form 1 learners joining high school in the academic year of 2023-2024, a move that drew criticism from parents and various leaders. Despite this, many leaders have come out not only promising to battle the proposed hike in fees, but also asking the government, specifically the president, to try and be more lenient with parents. Consolata Chibalonza with the details.
The Member of Parliament for Lugari, Nabina Bwera, has asked the government to focus on the cry of parents regarding the increase in fees, saying that it adds a heavy burden and many of them, including the candidates who are currently facing their exams, may fail to continue their studies at universities and other institutions in the country. Speaking at the launch of several roads in the Lugari Assembly area, Nabwera has emphasized that they will be in Parliament to discuss the issue of the increase in fees as proposed, and has asked the government to listen to the cries of parents and schools that are facing a shortage of equipment for Form 4 candidates.
Hata kupata pesa ya kununua chemicals za practicals imekuwa ni shida kwa shule zingine ndogo. Nimerudi kwa mfuko yangu. Wengine wamekopa. Kwa hivyo lazima tutafute serikali iongeze mgao kwa shule. Na ile pesa serikali ilikuwa inatoa, itoe yote. Kuna pesa imetengewa kila mtoto kwa bajeti. 22,000 shillings kama ni mtoto wa secondary. Kama mtoto wa JSS ni 15,000. Ile mimi nauliza, tulipoangalia tulifanya hesabu, Wizara ya Elimu haijaletea shule fedha zote. Na hiyo imefanya walimu wakuu wa shule za sekondari wana changamoto kubwa sana.
A section of ward representatives and politicians from the Matungu constituency have now asked President William Ruto and Education CS Ezekiel Machogu to ensure that education funds are directed to schools at the right time. Speaking at the Sunday service at the Indagala Catholic Church, Matungu area, and also to raise money to help the group of Catholic fathers in the church, the leaders led by Mayoni ward representative Frederick Washika Watitwa and Matungu politician James Mata said removing free tuition puts a heavy burden on parents given the rising cost of living.
Mimi sitalalamika hapa kwa sababu mmenipatia nafasi ya kwenda kulalamika katika bunge la kitaifa. Wacha hayo maneno tuende tukayazungumze katika bunge la kitaifa, tuone vile ambavyo wananchi wetu wanaweza wakasaidika.
Parental obligation is there. Kwa wale watoto wako kwa shule ya bweni ama boarding school, then the parent must chip in.
Kilifi leaders and parents decry of a new proposal of secondary school fee payment. Parents, along with the leaders from Kilifi County, are complaining about the government's proposal to bring about changes in paying secondary school fees, pointing out that their children's studies will be affected due to extreme poverty in the country. Speaking at the event to distribute food to secondary schools in Ganda and Mongotini in the Malindi constituency, the leaders, along with parents, said that the move will oppress students from poor families.
Naomba kwa heshima kubwa wasikie malilio ya wananchi, because sisi viongozi tutakuwa na pressure, wananchi watakuwa na pressure because watoto watakaa mabomani, wataenda kwa shule. Hiyo vitu ya kutoa school fees warudishe, because walisema mzuri ni free education. Wawache vile ilikuwa, wa release capitation, watoto wetu waende shule. Hatutaki wazazi wetu waanze kukufa na mapresha kwa sababu ya watoto kwa bomba.
Counter and reassurance, President William Ruto has assured parents that high school fees will not increase as from the next academic year, as reported by some media houses. Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu, speaking at Kikuyu Township Primary School in Kiambu County, confirmed that the president's approval to maintain the current high school fees during a meeting that President Ruto also.
Kwa sababu tunataka mtoto wa kila Mkenya apate nafasi ya kusoma, na hatutaki mtoto akose kusoma kwa sababu mzazi wake hana uwezo. Na ndio sababu tumebadilisha ile funding ya TVET na university. Tumesema watoto wa kutoka jamii ambazo hazina uwezo wa kutosha tutawapatia scholarship 100%. Ndio wahakikisha kwamba watoto wote wanapata nafasi ya kusoma. Mnanielewa?
Consolata Chibalonza reporting for EBN TV.
Kikuyu Council of Elders Kiama branch have called on Kiambu County Security Authority to be vigilant and ensure that banned Kikuyu sects do not conduct circumcision ceremonies, as they are said to be promoting wrong cultural ideologies. According to Kimando Wakagwe, Kiambu Sub-County Chairman of Kiama said that the circumcision ceremonies will commence once boys who are sitting for their KCPE exam finish, and is afraid that parents might be duped by the banned sects, which also advocates for female genital mutilation, which is a banned practice by the Kikuyu community to enroll their boys, or which is a banned practice by the Kikuyu community. Now, Kimani Wanjogu, the Kiamba Sub-County Chairman of the group, said that they will work hand in hand with the police to ensure that the banned sects do not conduct the circumcision ceremonies in the areas.
County Commission amefanya vizuri sana kwa kutoa hiyo ilani ya kumaliza haya makundi,
kwa sababu tunaona hata kwa historia yale maneno wanafanya na vile hata vile wameweka wanawake wetu woga. Kama hiyo maneno ya kutahiri wanawake, hiyo ni mambo iliisha zamani sana, na tungesema serikali ijaribu sana haya makundi yasipate nafasi, kwa sababu yakipata nafasi itakuwa tu ni njia ya kuharibu watoto wetu. Kwa kila sehemu, kwa kila kijiji kuna wazee ambao ni wazee wa kiama, na tunasema wafanye hiyo campaign kila pahali wako, waongee na wazazi na waonyeshe ubaya wa hiyo mambo ya watandai hiyo, na hiyo mambo ingine ya pombe, na hiyo mambo ya madawa, na wote wajaribu kupatia serikali habari. Wakiona tu fununu ya hiyo vikundi pahali, wanapatia chief, na ili serikali wanajua, na hiyo kitu itaisha. Watu wote wakishikana na wakubali itaisha, kwa sababu sisi wote tunawajua, wanakaa na sisi. Ni vile tu zamani ungesema mambo yao, serikali ilikuwa inaachilia watu, lakini siku hizi wanapatiwa habari na wana act mara moja. Kwa hivyo tungetaka kuambia hao wazazi wote wasiogope, wasione tukiwa na hii kofia iwapatie confidence, na wajue sisi tunafanya hivyo kwa sababu tumeona wale wameharibika, na ndio tulikuja pamoja tukasema tusaidie wale wako sasa, ili watoto wetu wasiendelee kuharibika.
From the sports desk, the Special Olympics Kenya has embarked on a nationwide campaign to help in identifying and nurturing sports talents in children with disabilities. According to board chairman of Special Olympics Kenya, Thuo Shege, as an organization, they are conducting a countrywide campaign to sensitize parents and guardians of the children with disabilities to be able to identify and nurture sports talent in their children with disabilities. Speaking at the Miranda Special School during a sensitization for over 150 parents and guardians who are drawn from the 7 sub-counties in Siaya, Thuo encouraged them to work with the organization so that they can develop such talent.
One of the things we've encountered with the parents sometimes is they tend to attribute the disability to some cultural beliefs or some cultural occurrences. So the physiotherapist today has tried to demystify that by giving them, educating them on the causes on disability.
As a sports organization, we are encouraging parents and children to join our organization and work with us as a sports organization to develop the talents which they may have. This is one of our initiatives here in Siaya. We are an organization represented throughout the country.
It is also a chance for them also to network, and besides that it is a learning session for them, and it is just an encouraging also session for them, because like today you realize the children are left with the caregivers while the parents are being taken care of. So it means it has given them a chance to learn, and besides that the children are also playing and having fun.
Argentina and Inter Miami forward Lionel Messi has won the men's Ballon d'Or for an 8th time. The 36-year-old was recognized at the ceremony in Paris after helping his country win the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. England and Real Madrid midfielder Jude Bellingham won the Copa Trophy for the world's best player aged under 21. Messi won his record-extending Ballon d'Or award ahead of Manchester City forward Erling Haaland. France forward Kylian Mbappe, who became just the second man to score a World Cup final hat-trick in the 4-2 penalty shootout loss to Argentina, finished third. The Ballon d'Or recognizes the best footballer of the year and is voted